Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Emerge's celebration of Black leaders. My name is Atiya Boddie, and I serve on the Emerge Board of Nevada as well as Emerge America. And today I have the honor of interviewing Judge Tierra Jones, who is a Nevada District Court judge. She is actually not only a Nevada District Court judge, she is the first African American District Court judge for the state of Nevada. Judge Jones was elected in 2018, and she was reelected in 2020. And I just want to put it out there that she is an Emerge alum. She graduated from the Emerge Nevada class of 2016. So I'd like to welcome Judge Jones, and we're going to go into the first question that we have for her. The first question is, being a judge is unique and an important role in the criminal justice system, and it's something that you've wanted to do since you were in law school. Why did you decide to serve in this way?
Because I think that the system is designed, and I think the purpose is we need to help people. And I've always wanted to help people because there are people that have individual struggles. And I was a lawyer and I felt like I was helping people. I wanted to be a public defender so I could help people. I also wanted to be a prosecutor so I could help victims. But at the same time, I think one of the major ways I can help is being a judge, because you make the ultimate authority. And I think we have a lot of power to make a difference. And I think using that power to help others and help this community is what I've always wanted to do.
That's awesome. I'm actually an attorney as well. I practice in-house, but yeah, when I went to law school, that was one of the main things that I said I wanted to be able to make a difference. And I thought being a lawyer would help me make a difference, and it would help me be able to be a voice for people who didn't have a voice or who didn't want to use their voice. So you're taking a step beyond, and not only being the voice, but being the person to help those people too.
And that's ultimately what I want to do. And just like you, when I was a lawyer, that was the point, is, to help people and be the voice for those people who don't have a voice without us.
What is it? How does it feel to be, I have on this shirt and it says, what does it say? The first, I have to go this way. The first, but not the last. How does it feel to be the first Black woman district court judge in the state of Nevada? And how does it feel? How does it feel to break this important barrier in representation?
I mean, it really feels amazing. And it's so funny because I'm always, whenever I'm asked about this, I tell the same story. There is an African-American female judge, only one, who's in the Justice Court as well. And she's done a lot for me. She's been a great mentor to me and Judge Karen Bannon-Herron. And right after I got appointed to the bench, her and I were at an event together, and an African-American high school girl who was about 14 at the time, she came up to the two of us and she said she just wanted to take a picture with us, because she just wanted to take a picture with the two female Black judges that we had in Las Vegas. And that was the day that I realized what this meant. And that I realized how important it was to have broken that barrier for the people who are going to come after me. And that now people would be able to look at the picture of the judges and say, hey, there's somebody there who looks like me. And I always tell that story because that always resonated with me. And I told Judge Bennett, that was just the day that I realized how important it was, and how important it was, thinking about everything that she had done to pave the way for me, how important it was for me to turn around and give that back and pave the way for this younger generation and people who would come after me. And it's really interesting that you asked me that today, because in a couple of hours, I have the honor of swearing in the first African-American woman to sit on the family court division of this court. And
that is
Dee Butler, and I love her, and I'm super excited. I'm going to swear her in today. And it's such an honor, to see that come to fruition.
Why do you think representation is important, especially in the criminal justice system?
Well, I think it's very important in the criminal justice system because I think, unfortunately, but it's true, we have a high number of minorities coming through the criminal justice system. And I think that having that diverse background and having those different life experiences, I think it's definitely beneficial. It's beneficial to all parties involved. It's beneficial to the court because you have those different life experiences and you bring that level of diversity. So when I take my seat at the table, I bring a different perspective than how that table has been for years. And I think that that's super important when we have a lot of that's what the community looks like. So I think the court needs to look like the community.
And you know that brings me to the next question I was going to ask, because women, especially women of color, are underrepresented on the bench anyway. What do you say to other women attorneys to get them to see that running for judge or something like that is the path forward? And I mean, it's not for everyone, but for those who would want to consider it, why do you think that that's important? And what would you say to those women to get them to look into it more?
And I think you were absolutely correct. I don't think it's the path for everyone, because a lot of people went into lawyering to do different things. And so it's not the path, but for those people that it is the path for, I mean, there's no better experience that I've had in being able to help the community, because you just have so much power to do so many different things. I mean, you have the power to look into opportunities. You have the power to give those opportunities. You have the power to start young, to be reaching out to juveniles. You have the power. I mean, we have the power to definitely change the face of the bench so that it is reflective of our community, so that it is reflective of the values that exist in our community. And I think it's very, very important to be a part of that. And I think there's no better way to have your voice heard than if you have a seat at the table. It's very rewarding to sit in this chair, and I take it seriously every single day. And I always reflect on, when I get in this chair, how much it means to be in this chair. And when I leave this chair, I always reflect on, am I comfortable with all of the decisions that I made that day?
I don't want to take up a lot of your time. The last question I want to talk to you about is how Emerge has helped you in your position when you ran for office, even now. And can you just speak to Emerge Nevada and Emerge America as a whole, and how it's helped you?
Well, I graduated from Emerge in 2016, and I actually got appointed to the bench by the governor in 2017. And I actually think that Emerge was also a part of that process, because Emerge taught you what it was like to have to be ready to run and do the things that you wanted to do. And when I went through the appointment process, you go through the committee first, and the committee passes on 3 names, and then the governor meets with those 3 people and chooses one person. And when I met with Governor Sandoval for my interview, one of the things he said to me was, if I appoint you, what is your plan? Because you have to run in 18. So I got appointed to the bench in May of 2017, and I had to file for office in January of 2018. And he said that because, of course, no governor, wants to appoint someone who doesn't get reelected. So he definitely had an interest in that. And so that was something that I had to start thinking about early on. And Emerge helped me to do that. I think Emerge was definitely a part of the answer that I gave him, because I think it helped me to see what I would have to do in order to retain this seat in 2018. And it enabled me to literally take the bench in May of 17 and come right out of the gate and basically start getting ready to retain this seat in 2018. And I was successful in the things that I did, where no one ran against me in 2018 and no one ran against me. But I think Emerge was a huge part of that, because Emerge taught me the tools that were necessary to prepare for a campaign. And there's some campaigning involved in the appointment process. But at the same time, immediately coming off of an appointment, if you got to get prepared to run, you got to be able to have your ducks in a row. And I definitely think I took that away from Emerge. And so I definitely think that Emerge was a huge factor in showing you what it takes to run, what's necessary. And it gives you the ability to make that decision as to whether, because you can go to Emerge right now, but maybe you don't want to run for 5 years because you just don't know if you're ready. And so it definitely gives you those tools to know, is this something I'm ready to take on now? Or is this something I can hold off doing because I need to do a couple of more other things before I'm ready?
So from what I'm hearing from you, Emerge helped you, and Emerge can help everyone else out there as well that are looking to run for office. Judge Jones, aka Judge JJ, thank you so much for allowing me to interview you. Once again, I salute you. You are a superwoman in my eyes. I'm gonna let you end it. Is there any last words? Is there any quote that you live by that you want to leave our audience with?
Not necessarily a quote. I just want to say it's very, very important to never stop thinking that you can do something. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't, because you absolutely can. And I also want to say, reach out to those people who have done it, because I have been very blessed with the amount of people that have been able to help me. So I'm certainly all into giving that back to others. And a lot of people I think are as well. So it never hurts if you're the first in your family to go to college or the first in your family to do anything, to reach out to other people who've actually been there. Because you may not get that guidance from the family, but you can get that guidance from other people. And I think it's very, very important in order to do that. So I would just tell everyone to do that. And I just can't thank you guys enough. I'm so honored to be able to participate in this interview, and you have been just amazing. I really appreciate this opportunity. And I can't thank Emerge enough for everything Emerge has done for me. And I just think that it's so much more to come.